Yes, ladies and gents, it's Tom here from the West Ham Faithful, back again with a new video. Today we are doing a Faithful review and player rating. So let's just start with one thing. I did my predictive lineup yesterday. I got 10 out of 11, which ain't too sad. I predicted Rice to start. I didn't expect Johnson to start anyway, but it seems as though Moyes likes to give the injury comeback players like a chance to get match fitness in the Europa League games. Don't know necessarily why. Obviously, they're lesser opposition, but I wouldn't say like first game back for Ben Johnson against Anderlect in a game that could, well, theoretically cement our place at the top of the group and cement our place into the knockout stages. But that is the reason why he's the manager and I'm not. Anyway, let's start off with the lineup. We started off with Ariola in goal. Kufa right back. We have three centre backs because we played the back five of who was it? Johnson, Ogbonna, and Dawson. We had Emerson on the left back as left wing back. So Kufal and Emerson were both wing backs, pushing relatively high up the pitch during the game. We had Downs and Lanzini in the middle of the park, and we had a front three of Bowen, Antonio, and Ben Rama. Right. Let's start off with the first half. 7 minutes in, there was a long ball downfield. Antonio chests it down to Bowen, who takes off with it. He gets midway through their half, finds Benrahma on the edge of the box. Now you're expecting he's going to try and like whip it top bins or whatever, but no, it was a very tame shot. It seemed like he was trying to place it into the bottom corner. Don't know why, but yeah, it was a poor, tame effort. Anyway, the next opportunity that fell in the game was about 20 minutes in, and it was for Anderlecht, where their number 10 broke. It was a complete and a fast, quick counter-attack. He's gone running down the field. He's ended up with, I think, being face to face with the defence and coming almost one-on-one with Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson starts like what's the words? He starts dropping off of him. So the number 10's challenging him, and Johnson's just giving him all the space in the world without trying to close him down. The number 10 then takes a banger of a shot. There was all the power in the world behind that, and Ariola made a very fine save to knock it back out into play. Now, after their number 10, mate, there's a reason why they're comparing him to Hazard. Like, he is. I would be very happy if we signed him next summer. I mean, you can't. I think he was 18. 18, he was full of energy, full of confidence. He showed he can do it against the top side as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, he seemed very. I can't remember his name. I think even if I could remember it, I wouldn't be able to pronounce it. So you've got that. Oh bloody hell! A low power screen coming up as well. So I'm on a time limit now, guys. Right. So then we move on to the 40th minute. We've got Lanzini. I had around 30th minute mark. Moving on towards the end of the first half. He was finding some really, really nice balls. Like, yeah, no, the balls he was playing were naughty, man. Like, Anyway, in this instance, Lanzini picks up the ball and he finds Bowen. Bowen runs down their half, cuts into the box, literally runs to the edge of the 9-yarder, cuts it across. It's a proper FIFA shithouse goal. This should have been like, you know, when one of your mates just runs down the wing, pass it across the box, your goalkeeper's stranded, open goal. Yeah, one of them, like, that's what it should have been. But no, it fell to Ben Rama, and Ben Rama was just having one of these games where he just couldn't do nothing right. There was nothing he was doing right. Like, I mean, not nothing. He had a few good passes and here and there. He weren't complete and utter shit, but he kept on getting found in possession, especially in this first half. And I wasn't very impressed for someone who was calling for him to start in the Premier League over Cornet. Don't know. He didn't pull up no trees yesterday. Anyway, he skies it. It falls to Ben Rama, he skies it. And I was just, at that point, I put my beard down and I thought, I'm going to go for a cigarette. I can't, this is stressing me out. But anyway, let's move on to the second half. 50 minutes in, away with ball, ends up finding its way to Antonio. Antonio, who it seems to me that he had more of playmaking responsibility. He didn't look like he wanted to take on any shots or anything like that. It seemed like whenever he was in a half decent attacking position, he was looking for someone else who was in a better position, which I don't knock that. Don't knock that at all. But this is what I mean. I'm confused as where Antonio was playing, whether he was a striker or a winger, because sometimes he was in the middle, sometimes he was out left. And yeah, I saw Ben Rama. I don't know whether he was just covering places, but I saw Ben Rama in the middle as if he was a striker, or I don't know. I'm got an inkling it might have been Ben Rama as a false nine and Antonio as left wing, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, he lays it off for Ben Rama once again, who basically it was a mirrored from his first attempt, where you expect him to try and aim for top bins, but he doesn't. He tries to place it into the bottom corner. Goalkeeper comfortably picks it up. Right now, between the 50th minute and the 70th minute, I've got no notes. No notes. Not because I walked out the room or whatever. Nothing really happened other than Flynn Downs impressing during that time, getting the ball back left, right, and centre. He's an aggressive. I heard another YouTuber said it the other day, where he reminds him of how Rice was, where Rice was more involved with just the nitty and gritty bits like before, and now his game has expanded so much. That's not what Declan Rice solely does, but it seems to me as if that's what Flynn Downs does, and he does it well. But anyway, there was bugger all really to talk about, and on the 70th minute, at this point is where West Ham's game seemed to have changed, because we made a triple substitution on the 69th/70 minute mark, taking off Ben Rama, and rightly so. Lanzini, who had a half decent game, I guess, and Antonio, who was very average in my opinion, for Paqueta, Rice, and Scamacca. Now, 9 minutes after the players come on, Rice gets the ball back from, I think, Emerson, and plays a lovely crossfield ball. Kufal, which I think it was the best move he'd done all game anyway, headers the ball down to Paqueta. Paqueta controls the ball, lifts his head up, sees Scamacca find it. He's in loads of space. I don't know what their defenders were doing. If that was our defenders, I would have been screwing. But no one was tracking him. He was in the middle of the box by himself. Paqueta, a lovely, beautiful dinking ball over. And Scamacca brings it down and plays it into the, well, I wouldn't say bottom corner, but it was like side netting sort of thing, but on the right side of the post rather than the wrong side of the post. But yeah, it seemed to me as if them subs coming on basically saved the game. But 5 minutes after we scored the goal, Anderlect had a golden opportunity. They've broke down the right-hand side. Peach of a ball win for Fabio Silva. Fabio Silva finds himself in between, I think, Dawson and Ogbonna in the right space as well. Gets his head on it proper. No, it was a good header. Headed it down. Power. The goalkeeper had to get down quick enough and strong enough for it to not get underneath him. Mate, good shots like that warrant really good saves. Now, all the praise in the world for Silva's header, it should have went in. But we have the French Terminator in goal. Nothing was getting past him last night. And I'm telling you, when we get to my player ratings, you might think I've overrated Areola, but last night was the reason why he needs to be playing in the Premier League. Fabianski he ain't done nothing wrong in particularly this season, but he hasn't been the best of goalkeepers. There was Flapianski here and there. Do you know what I mean? I think Fabianski. The same swap needs to happen with Scamacca and Antonio as to what should happen with Areola and Fabianski. I think Scamacca is going to be starting on the weekend. No two ways about it. I think if Ben Rama was playing as a false nine, David Moyes was trying to see how Antonio will get on out on the left wing, given as that seems to be the only place that's up for grabs. He really don't like Ben Rama. And after last night, I have lost a bit of credibility for him because this isn't Manchester City or Barcelona, it's Anderlecht. And although I sing their praises, Fabio Silva had a good game. Their number 10 was very good. And I would like him at our club, to be honest. 18 years of age seems a lot of promise. And that could be a masterstroke. Whoever signs him, well done, Shah. But anyway, let's move on to the player ratings. Now, now let's go. Right. For Areola in goal, I think if he didn't make them two saves, the one in the first and the one at the end of the second, we would have lost that game 2-1. So theoretically, you can look at it as he saved us winning that game. It's solely with his two hands. So it depends on which way you want to look at it. A lot of people discredit goalkeeper performances. He did not have to make a load of saves, but the saves that he did make were very good, and they saved our ass. So I'm giving him an 8. Yep, I done it. I gave a goalkeeper an 8 when he only had to make 2 or 3 saves in the game. Yeah, no, he bloody deserved it as well. Right, moving on to Soufal. Soufal done okay. He didn't do great. He didn't do terrible. Can't really pick apart his performance. He knocked the ball down for Paqueta, who knocked it over to Scamacca to score the goal. So he had an involvement in the game there. He had a decent involvement in the game there. In the first half, there was an incident where I think there was an Anderlecht winger behind Soufal when the ball's coming down to him, and he's gone to kick the ball, but the wingers come from behind him and gone in front of him. Koufal's kicked him in the back of the leg, and the winger's gone down. And he's just looking at him like, get up, you mug. Yeah, no, I do like a little bit of that, like, aggression with our players. I do like it. As long as you don't overstep the mark and get yourself sent off, I don't mind. Johnson, I didn't even rate him. Soufal gets a 6. I mean, he was very average. Some would say a 5 is average. I say because we didn't lose the game, that's the only reason why he gets a 6, and he gets the involvement. It all depends on which way you want to look at it. Actually, I scratched that. I give him a 6.5. because that's looking at me other scores. It's not exactly correct. Right, let's move on to Ben Johnson, or Ben Johnston, as David Moyes likes to call him. I didn't really do much. It seemed like a fitness game for him. When, like that incident in the first half where their number 10 had that good go at Areola, he was just backing off of him the whole way, and I weren't really happy about that. So yeah, he gets a 6, and that's the main reason why Sufal gets a 6.5. Ogbonna and Emerson. Now, Emerson I thought was okay going forward, didn't really do much. Ogbonna, apart from, I think there was one last ditch tackle, we didn't really do anything either. It seemed like when they were attacking, we were letting them attack us. No one was trying to go out their way to. I mean, considering as 4 of our back 5 have been injured quite recently, I can see why we were very not too aggressive in the defensive side of things. But yeah, they both get 6 from me. Nothing that stands out, in my opinion. I think Ogbonna made that. He got done. Yeah, that was it. He got done in the second half, and he recovered really well, Ogbonna. But other than that, he did nothing. But yeah, Craig Dawson. Craig bloody Dawson nutted absolutely everything away. And he gets a 7 from me. He's the standout performer of the defenders. Seemed like the most match sharp, seemed the most on the ball. Yeah, he was our standout defender. Now let's move on to midfield. I'm going to start off with Lanzini rather than Downs, because I've got a lot of appreciation for Downs. I've got a lot of appreciation for Lanzini, especially after them passes that he was playing in the first half were very, very good. My stream kept on breaking down, so I didn't get to really see the second half too clearly. So I don't know if there's anything standing out that stood out quite. I've just tried to take what I could from the second half highlights that I could get hold of. But yeah, anyway, Lanzini was ripping apart their midfield. Balls through to Bowen, left, right, and centre. He did it a couple of times, and it was very, very pleasing to see because, well, growing up, I was a massive, massive Lanzini fanboy. I like Lanzini more than Payet when Payet was here. I know Payet was magical, wonderful player, but I don't know. I just love Lanzini, man. I don't know. There's just something about him. The little Argentinian Joe. And it seems to me that he's getting back to fitness. It seemed like he might have been one of the players who come back overweight or out of touch. But yeah, it seems to me that Lanzini might be playing his last season for us. I hope not, but it seems that way because he's not getting involvements in the Premier League. Anyway, moving on to Flynn Downs, the one, the only Mr. Flynn fucking Downs, mate. He was a beast last night. He lost the ball and he won it back. He was going past players. He was laying it off. He was doing bits left, right, and centre. How the fuck is this guy not in the starting lineup for the Premier League? I do not know. And when Rice came on later on in the game, it was just even better. It was solid. And we actually had a midfielder who can pass the bloody ball. Declan Rice can ping them long crossfield balls, but Flynn Downs was interconnecting with Lanzini and Ben Rama during the first half and stuff, and it's like, oh, that's some tippy tappy stuff right there. But yeah, Flynn Downs gets an 8 from me. So take from that what you will. Moving on to Bowen. Bowen had a decent game. He should have got an assist with the ball we crossed back to Ben Rama in the first half. He was taking on defenders often. It looked a lot more like the Bowen of old. Yeah, I shall give Bowen a 7. Benrahma. Benrahma was doing my nutting all game. It just wasn't his game. He had a poor one. He was losing the ball. He was getting caught in possession quite a lot. The shots that he did take were tame, as if like he weren't at it yesterday. And for that, I don't want to sit here and grill him. I don't want to sit here and grill any of our players, but I was not impressed yesterday. And for that, Benny gets the lowest score of the day with 5. Antonio, moving on to Antonio. It looked like he was just trying his hardest to get Benrahma a bloody goal. Get yourself a goal, mate. You need it. You've only got one this season, or 2, and that's in all comps. Like, yeah, I'm not too happy with Antonio's performance. If he was playing as a left winger, then yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it seems to me he didn't play well enough, in my opinion. He got 6. So Bowen was the best of the attackers. Now, I have written down ratings, but my ratings are based on what they did and the time that they were on. I mean, the thing is, when you're rating substitutes, if the substitutes come on and they do what they had to do, they're going to get high ratings because they've done nothing wrong in a short amount of time. So if you judge my sub ratings too high, feel free. Give me your opinions down below, what your ratings are as well. Like, I'd like to hear other people's opinions. Do you think I was a little bit harsh on Benrahma? Do you think I overrated Areola? Let me know. Anyway, moving on to the subs. Paqueta. Now, before I start on this guy, that ball that calmed down and the touch. Everyone's seen the video of Cresswell in the background like that, but mate, it was too much. It's too much. The Brazilian. That's just the Brazilian. That's all you can say. It's just too much, mate. Anyway, Paqueta having the involvement directly with a goal, having the vision to see Scamacca. I know he went far away, but he could foresee him being there, knock the ball over beautifully. Paqueta gets an 8 from me. Declan Rice had direct involvement with the goal himself as well, knocking the ball out to Sufal. Page of a ball. He gets a little bit of a lower rating, but still a high performance. Rice gets still a good performance. Rice gets a 7. Scamacca, Gianluca, our Italian stallion, mate, gets an 8. I don't need to talk about what he done. He come on and done what he needed to do, and he got the important goal. Now it leaves me with the burden on my shoulders of picking a man in a match. I actually haven't thought about this. Like, my notes here. Now, obviously, if you're going by scores, I've got Areola, Flynn Downs, and Scamacca all on 8. So it's got to be one of them 3. It's got to be Flynn Downs, man. Flynn Downs. He was integral. He was very integral. I'd say very, very closely followed by... Oh, no. Paqueta was on an 8 as well. Now, I can't give Scamacca the man in the match. I can't give it to Scamacca, and I can't give it to Paqueta, because main reasons why they got high ratings, because they weren't on for a long time. They hadn't, and they were just really involved with the goal. Really, Areola made 2 important saves, but wasn't. Flynn Downs deserves it, man. Yeah, Flynn Downs. That's who I'm going for. He's my man in the match. And before I leave you, if you like this content and you actually made it this far into the video, please give it a like. Please give the channel a subscribe. Share it on all platforms. Please, my last video yesterday done very, very poorly. So I'm hoping this one does a bit better. Anyway, guys, good luck to you all. And until tomorrow, when I give you my preview for the Fulham game, come on, you Irons.